Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bourbon Bites. My name is Clifton, and welcome to another Thursday night live stream. Well, we will be reviewing and doing a... wow, it's all Elijah Craig, so it makes it confusing. We'll be reviewing the new Ryder Cup Elijah Craig Special Edition release and doing a blind flight of all 3 batches of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof from 2023. I put a little teaser up on Instagram for those of you that follow me there. If not, I'll drop the link in the chat below. Little surprise for people that are here just for the ECBP flight. Want to do something a little special at the beginning, doing that Elijah Craig Ryder Cup release. I actually just picked this up about an hour ago before starting this stream. So I got this bottle in hand. So I'm going to try that, and I'm compare it to the Toasted Barrel release that we're all familiar with from Elijah Craig, and then get into a blind flight of all 2023 ECBPs. So going to be a fun night. Hopefully you are as excited as I am. I'm going into this completely dry, have not had anything to drink, even though it sounds like it, because I just ate dinner really quickly to make it on time. So I appreciate y'all tuning in live and early. Everyone watching the replay, feel free to skip around in the description below. If you want to hear just for the review, or if you're here for the blind flight, all that's going to be down in the description below. So want to say hello to a few folks here in the chat. Of course, High Five is here. Brandon, who's been helping me out over on Discord. Yes, I realized I was late with the key. I had to get it pulled up. I couldn't figure out how to do another line, and I had to get Justin to enter my key so I wouldn't spoil it for myself. Aloha, Don. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well all the way in Hawaii. Emily, good to see you as always. And Donnie, amazing mod duo there. Brandon's a mod as well. Taste and Sensibility, what's up? Good to see you, man. I haven't checked out your video yet. I know you sent it to me. This week at work has been absurd. I've been assigned to so many projects that I wasn't on previously. So I've been just trying to keep caught up at work, but I will check that out. I can't wait to give it a watch. James Taylor in the chat and Zopher, good to see you both. Hope you're doing well. I was going to hang out on Discord earlier during my lunch break with Zopher, but could not find a place where it would be appropriate enough to just do a hangout. I didn't bring my earplugs, so next time, maybe soon on a lunch break. What's up? Whiskey Wisdom in the house as well. Good to see you all. As always, good to see another new face. And well, not new, but you've been here for a couple of weeks. Appreciate that. Y'all go check out his channel. I was on it a couple of weeks back. See will win. Well, we will see about that. See what I did there? See what I did there? I could just go on and on. What's up? Is C923 going to be the first ECBP I buy? That's a lot of letters. In 6 years. Maybe so. We'll see how it does. Zen Boot in the chat again. Good to see you, Zen Boot. Not sure your name, but good to see you. I recognize your thumbnail or your profile picture there. Baker Drinks in the chat as well. Hey, thanks for stopping in. I know I think you caught the very end of my last stream, but good to see you. Tony B in the chat as well. Oh, so many new and familiar faces. I just love hanging with y'all. Hey, if you are new and you are going to enjoy tonight's stream, I'm just kidding. If you're new and you enjoy tonight's stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up button down below. It does help out, as well as subscribe. I'm live every Thursday night, almost 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Usually go for about an hour, and make it a good rewatchable level. Let's say you're watching it the next day on your lunch break, trying to make it fun and cohesive. But we won't have fun unless we have our Wheel of Whiskey, because we haven't done it in a couple weeks. So those of you that know, Wheel of Whiskey is our giveaway at the end of tonight's stream. You will win 1-ounce samples of all 5 pours we tried tonight, including the new Ryder Cup Bourbon and every single Elijah Craig Barrel Proof batch. Now, whoever wins, you'll have to let me know if you want the ECBPs in a blind flight like I'm doing, or you want them labeled. Just whoever the winner is, let me know. Like I said, whoever wins the Wheel of Whiskey giveaway gets a 1-ounce sample of all of these, including the original Toasted Barrel. So you can do a little side-by-side like I'm about to do tonight. For details on how to enter that, those of you that are familiar with the channel, you know the way. But if you do not know the way, you can check that out on my Discord server. I'm going to drop the link in the chat here if you want to get a chance to win. Just go there and then go to the Bourbon Bites channel. I put all the details of tonight's giveaway on the channel. It's like a TV icon, and it says Bourbon Bites. It also has the answer key to tonight's flight. It's spoiler hidden, so you don't worry about accidentally seeing it. It's not going to show up automatically unless you click on the spoilers. But the details on how to enter the Wheel of Whiskey. But if you're a regular, you know how to enter. Just YouTube's weird about how to say it, so y'all know, do what you need to do. But you can also win a flight of all of these amazing pours. So we got a lot to do tonight, so let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, Drams, hello, good to see you. Oh, Tony Bag of Donuts knows what's up. The Cliffy bus is coming. Well, Tony, you are definitely coming. I think you're definitely coming, but I was like, that sounds a little weird. You're definitely going to be a part of the Wheel of Whiskey. So thank you so much for that. I just want to make sure everything is tracking properly. It's been a while, like I said, since we've done the Wheel of Whiskey. So let me just double check, make sure we're all good. If y'all don't know, it's a Wheel of Fortune style giveaway we do at the end of the stream. Oh, Don Nishida's in as well. Wheel of Whiskey. Tony, my competition. Well, you know what? Now it's 50-50 so far. So if that doesn't give you a hint on how to enter, now you know. All right, let me just pull this up, make sure this is counting. Ooh, did the bot break? Okay, hold on. Maybe it's loading. What's today? The 21st? Come on, baby. You got this. Maybe it's lagging. I don't know. I'll enter those manually, and I'll hope that it catches up. If not, I might need some help. I don't know if Donnie, if you're around, or oh, hey Donnie, I see you in the chat. Sorry, my bot's not working properly. It normally does. Let me try to figure out how to clear these cells. There we go. All right, I'm gonna do those manually down here at the bottom. And we'll see if it catches up. But usually the bot's usually good about tracking that, but it's okay. I got it. Oh man, y'all are I appreciate y'all so much. I'm just having to do this manually. I don't know why my bot broke. All my Discord bot broke as well. I'm like, what the heck? But thank y'all so much. Gary Franchi in the chat. Good to see you, Gary. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. The Whiskey Saint. What's up, Darrell? Good to see you, man. Hey, we do have some whiskey news coming up soon. I'm going to get into that before we get into these reviews. Good to appropriate timing. Todd, thank you so much for the super chat. Todd is one of my top tier patrons here. He gets access to a monthly subscription box, which includes a private tasting. Details of that on patreon.com/bourbonbites. Thank you for being here, Todd, though. And you are entered into the Wheel of Whiskey. James as well. Man, y'all are killing it. For the extra, no, you don't have to give extra, Todd. It's all good. You're in. And thank you so much, James. Hey, appreciate all the support. Hey, I'm having to try this manually tonight, so I apologize. If we'll do a review before we do the Wheel of Whiskey, right? I'll put everyone's names on. If you don't see your name and you did enter the Wheel of Whiskey giveaway, let me know. I'll give you like a few minutes to let me know, just because I don't want to get it wrong. Normally, like I said, I have a way to track this automatically. It's just not working tonight. Again, it's been a long time since I've done this, so maybe my bot broke. But so good to see everyone here tonight. But like I said, before I get into the reviews, there is some whiskey news. There are two causes that the Whiskey Tube community I wanted to give a shout out to. The first of which is coming up. They're actually both coming up soon. But first of all, I want to give a shout out to something that my friend Independent Joe made me aware of. He actually mentioned this a while back. We did a fundraiser stream months ago. This is for, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know if you just call it 17 Films or XVII Films. Whatever the case is, it's two guys, Anthony and Manny. They are making a film based on a really cool effort that they're doing. Basically, the backstory is, first of all, they're all brought together through whiskey. They're like whiskey buddies. But let me see if I have the info here. Anthony Marquez, he actually is a Marine, or was a Marine, and he was not drafted. Man, I should really prepare a little bit more. But he enlisted, and he had to go to Afghanistan in 2011. And unfortunately, he lost 17 members of his unit there. So as a way to give back, he has carved battlefield crosses for all 17 families of the 17 lives that were lost. So he delivered those to them back in the 2010s and gave it to each family. Really cool effort. It took a long time to do. And now he's going back and revisiting those families 10 years later. And he's kind of seeing an update where they are as a family now after they're, losing their loved one. Really cool effort. They're doing a special offer. So if you want to support they have a page where you can support them. I'll drop a link in the chat for that. But yeah, so there's a link to figure out more about the story. The film is called Make Peace or Die, but they are doing a special thing where every $100 donation up to the first 50, I think it was announced today, they're doing a special poster giveaway. So you get like a pre-release poster to the film. You can also donate in a as part of a 501c3. The Utah Film Festival is a partner, so you can donate through them. So that way you can, if you want to get tax incentives for, that donation. All the details are on their Facebook page, though. Again, I probably like butchered that like shout out, but again, this was coming from our friend Infinite Joe, one of our great veterans here on Whiskey Tube. So check them out. Check out that post about that $100 donation thing they're doing right now. And thank you, Joe, for letting me know about that. Taste and Sensibility, not a patron, but glad to support. Hey, you don't have to be a patron. It's all up to just supporting the channel, and you are in the giveaway. It's not patron only, just so y'all know. It's a Discord. I put the details of it on Discord, but everyone is welcome to enter the giveaway. So yeah, thanks to everyone. All right, so the other piece of news, of course, speaking of Darrell, we are doing a night for Darrell Stewart. It's a back-to-back live stream next week, starting at Hello Again Whiskey Friends. Our good friends who have been here in the chat several times, including Darrell. That stream is starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and then the stream after is on Mash and Drum at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'm actually going to be on the Mash and Drum stream. If you don't know, this is all going to support Darrell Stewart's daughter. If I mispronounce the name, I'm so sorry. Is it Navia? She was diagnosed with AML, which stands for acute myeloid leukemia. Sorry. And they've been doing a GoFundMe for that. I'm going to drop the GoFundMe link here in the chat. Always love supporting our Whiskey Tube family here. It's always so heartbreaking to see them go through things like this. So there's going to be a big live stream giveaway crazy thing going on next week, next Wednesday, the 27th. Like I said, it's going to start on Hello Again Whiskey Friends, then blend over to the Mash and Drums live stream. I donated a bottle to give away, so if y'all want to get in on that, there's a lot of YouTubers supporting this. Just make sure to set your calendars. Wednesday, September 27th, starting at 8 p.m. Check out Whiskey Tube, and you might see me there. But there we go. I think I got all my announcements out of the way. Want to support my friends. But let's get into the review, shall we? Are y'all still here? All right, pronounced perfectly. And thank you for the show. Of course. Yeah, I had to, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And I can't wait to see how much money we raise. It's gonna be a good night. I can't wait to. I always love these Whiskey Tube fundraisers. We are a family, and we all come together to support each other. So yeah, looking forward to it. Bayou Jam says such a great cause. I'll be there for sure. And Mark Emenacker, hello, Mark. I was just chatting with you in Perry's stream, but good to see you. All right, let's get into the review portion before we get into this blind flight. They've all been poured, by the way, just to let you know they're opening up, as they say. But let's start with a review of like I said, the Ryder Cup Elijah Craig. I guess I can show you the bottle. I just bought this. I picked it up right before this stream. If you haven't seen it, it is a official bourbon of the Ryder Cup. It is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finished in European toasted oak barrels. It's probably going to be hard to see on this, but it has a really cool like seal on top. But most of the info, it's not really on the bottle. Again, it's the same 94 proof as the regular Elijah Craig and Elijah Craig toasted. But the box gives you a little bit more info, so I'm going to read this out just for those of you that may be unfamiliar, like myself. First of all, this was $99 at my liquor store. I think that's retail on it. It says, this limited edition of Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel made in honor of the 2023 Ryder Cup held at Marco Simone Golf and Country Club. Our fully matured small batch bourbon is finished in a European oak barrel with the same toast profile used in the production of Lazio wines. It says this is a friendly marriage between the U.S. team's Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, known as America's native spirit, and Lazio, the famed wine growing region which surrounds Rome, Italy, the European team's host city. So the region around Rome. Elijah Craig is proud to be named the official bourbon and worldwide supplier of the Ryder Cup. Cheers and salute. So this is kind of a bit of like a tribute to that, head to head. If you don't know, Ryder Cup is a men's golf competition between the U.S. and the UK, I guess. I don't know exactly if it's like by country or what, but coming up at the end of this month, start of October. I'm not going to watch it. Again, I'm not a sports person, but this was a special edition release. They put out, like I said, $100. I've had the toasted Elijah Craig. Actually, I'm going to do a comparison at the very end of this review. So this is just the standard toasted barrel, 94 proof. This one came out at about $60-ish. I don't know the retail on this now. I think it's still around 60. Let me know in the chat if you're watching live how much this goes for, but I think I paid around 60 for the toasted barrel. And like I said, 100 for this new one. So we'll see. Is this limited edition, special edition Elijah Craig worth the extra, what, $40? Let's give it a crack and find out. So these are, like I said, it's not wine cask. I was a little confused at first because it said, oh, the same barrels that are used for this wine region, but it's actually just the same toast level they use in this barrel. So not quite. I think it would have been really cool if they did like a wine barrel finish, but maybe there wasn't enough planning or enough time to do something like that. But really, I love the extra details on this bottle. Also, you can notice it by the neck tag has like a special edition, or what does it just say? Special bourbon? Oh no, official bourbon. Sorry. So you can see that all of Europe. Thank you, Todd. I should have relied on Todd for that. Yeah, so this is, like I said, 94 proof, standard Elijah Craig proof. For those of you that don't know, Elijah Craig was probably my first love in the world of bourbon, which is why I'm so excited for tonight. If you can't tell by how quickly I'm talking through this, just the regular small batch was one of the first bourbons I fell in love with. Have since grown to love Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, which I'm so excited for the blind flight. Stick around, don't leave. But I'm always excited to see new expressions. And when I saw this, $100, a little pricey, but I had to pick it up. So I'm just going to give this one a nose. Okay, it's definitely a little bit different than a standard Elijah Craig. It has a little bit more of a I don't want to say like tannic, but it's definitely like a more of a smoky kind of like smoky element. Again, I have the toasted barrel I'll do a comparison to after this, but I want to give this a shot on its own. It still has the typical Heaven Hill sweet, I always call it like a bake shop note that I love about their bourbons. I think it definitely would be recognizable to me as a Heaven Hill product. Now, there's no age statement. I'm just assuming it's around the same age as their regular small batch. But there's definitely like an extra little smoky layer there that I feel like even the toast doesn't have. I'm gonna go ahead and pour the toasted just when I do the comparison. So I'll have it open up about the same level. So I'll pour the toasted in my glass on the right. Now, I remember when I reviewed this toasted, I didn't really love it. I thought it was good. Didn't think it was worth the premium over the small batch. But this new European toasted Ryder cup may even be more my jam. Curious if that European oak is of the French oak or Eastern European oak variety. That's a great question. For some reason, I was under the impression this was French oak, but now that I read the details on the bottle, I don't actually know if it's French oak or just a different European oak. It just says European oak. Usually, I love a French oak finish. Like Maker's Mark, what they've done with that is just one of my favorite flavors. So we'll see. We'll see if it's a French oak. Like I said, I just bought this today. On the nose, I'm not really getting those spices that I typically associate with French oak. To me, it's just a drier, definitely a little toasty, smoky. Yeah, I gotta give it a taste. So cheers, y'all. Thanks for tuning in again. Oh, okay. Nice. I like that. I don't know what my expectations were. Like I said, the regular toasted just didn't quite do it for me. It was a little to me, that one was more sweet and less of like the toasty, smoky kind of marshmallow. It was like the marshmallow, but like an untoasted marshmallow. This is what I expect from a toasted bourbon or a toasted rye even. I've had some really incredible toasted releases like from Michter's that have given me like a perfect toasted marshmallow note on top of all the goodness that are typically associated with those brands. This may have been what we were looking for when we heard of a toasted barrel Elijah Craig. Let me take a second sip. I was very impressed with that first one. Oh yeah. I mean that I don't want to say smooth, but damn, that is an easy drinker. Like I said, first drink of the night, I haven't spoiled it by these high proofs that are coming later. That amplifies. That is worlds better than the small batch Elijah Craig. I'll tell you that right now. It doesn't necessarily taste older, but that extra oak does give it a little bit extra. Like I don't know exactly. It's kind of putting it. My two favorite, those of you that have been watching for a while kind of know this, but Elijah Craig barrel proofs and Knob Creek single barrels are my two favorite, like just my two favorite everyday expressions. I'm going to buy them when I see them. This kind of brings in some of that extra barrel influence that the Knob Creeks typically have and brings it over to the Elijah Craig side, which is kind of funny. It's like definitely doesn't have the nuttiness of a Jim Beam product, but it does have that really older barrel note, but with a nice I don't want to say smoky is not the right word because smoky like it implies like peaty or whatever. It's not peaty at all, but it has a really, really rich, man, just really. It's hard to describe. I gotta go for a third sip. Yeah, it's drier, but it's still got the sweetness in the body and the bake shop notes that I love about a Heaven Hill bourbon. This for $100, it's a winner in my book. I think I would love it to be higher proof, of course, but I think now I haven't done the comparison yet, but just based on my memory of the toasted barrel Elijah Craig, I think this blows it away. But we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a comparison. So, like I said, I have the toasted barrel one right here. So same proof, 94 proof. This is just toasted in new oak barrels. So I assume these are new oak barrels. It just says it says finished in European toasted oak barrels. So I'm not sure. I assume so because they didn't say wine finished. But let's go to the regular toasted Elijah Craig. So much lighter on the nose. I mean, I don't necessarily get the rich oakiness that I got on the Ryder Cup one. It does have a little bit extra of like a green wood note, like a freshly lumbered piece of wood from Home Depot. I used to call it the Home Depot note. Yeah, it's very bright, very sweet, but not quite toasty or smoky. Let's give it a try. It's not bad. It feels a little thin. It's a little watery, even though it's this exact same proof. It doesn't have the finish. It doesn't have the oak backbone. Honestly, this just tastes like a slightly sweeter Elijah Craig small batch. There's a hint of that green wood note, but that's not my favorite note. I love the older oak that I'm kind of getting on the Ryder Cup one. The regular toasted, like I originally thought, it's a bit of a miss for me. I don't think it's worth the extra premium over the small batch. If you're going to pay that much, go for the, of course, the store picks of the small batch or the Elijah Craig barrel proofs, of course. But this new Ryder Cup, I mean, for $100, yes, I will be. I don't know if I'll pick. It's hard to say. I don't know if I'll be picking up another one, but if you haven't tried it, I do give it a recommendation. I think it's definitely worth picking up. You may fall in love with this if you love other toasted bourbons. This might be your jam. But yeah, very, very impressed. So let me know if you guys have tried this. Leave a comment down below, or if you're watching live, let me know your thoughts. But yeah, well done. Well done. I'm still not going to watch the Ryder Cup, but that's it for my review. Like I said, leave me a comment below if you've tried it and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this review. So cheers. I will see you guys on the live stream that's still happening right now. Cheers. All right. Spoiler alert. I might post that separately because I think people are going to be looking that up, especially with the Ryder Cup coming up next weekend. So we're back. We're still live. We're still live, but that was really good. I'm off to a great start, I think. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything in chat. I know y'all have been chatting. Like I said, Wheel of Whiskey. Do I have a little banner for the Wheel of Whiskey? There we go. There we go. So, make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, about $25 of the regular toasted. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Toasted EC would be a fair comparison. Well, good thing you stuck around because I did. What's up, Joe? I gave the shout out earlier at the top of the stream, but have you finished all your bottles of Michter's Toasted Barrel Rye? May have one extra. Haven't opened it yet, but I do have one more. Thanks for the Patreon shout out. Yeah, you can support the channel on Patreon for as little as $2 a month. We are doing our monthly movie night tasting either this Friday, so either tomorrow or next week. Let me actually check the results. If you are a patron, you know what I'm talking about. We do a retro movie night tasting where we watch an 80s movie and drink and hang out after. Let's see what the poll ended up. Let's see. Are we doing it tomorrow? We're doing it tomorrow? Oh, actually, looks like we're doing it Sunday. This Sunday. Well, actually, let me check the poll because it's a close one. It's a close tie. If you have not voted on Patreon, there's a poll up to decide when we are doing our screening of the 1989 classic Batman. If you want to be a part of that, like I said, everyone $5 and up on Patreon get access to that. But vote in the poll. If you haven't voted, if you are a patron, please vote in the poll so we can pick a date to watch it. It's up. It's the first post there. And become a member of the channel. Yeah, there's so many ways to support, and I appreciate every single way you guys can do. Of course, super chatting is the way to get on the Wheel of Whiskey and win 1-ounce samples of all pours we're trying tonight. If you missed it at the beginning, you get a sample of the Ryder Cup, you get a sample of the Toasted Barrel, and all 3 ECBPs. So if you want a chance, super chat. Every $5 super chat is an entry. Spoiler alert. I usually don't just disclose that, but You do what you gotta do. We're 30 minutes in. But that puts us to a good point to transition to our blind flight of the night. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A123 versus B523 versus C923. All 3 batches of this year's release. Like I said, these are a blind flight I've had prepared for me. If you want to see the results, they are on Discord. If you want to see a spoiler as I drink along, don't spoil in the chat. That's my number 1 rule. You can read it, but please do not share it in the chat until I have discovered the answers for myself. It's blind to me. I don't know what's what, but there's the Discord link in the chat below if you want to see the answers beforehand. Otherwise, let me just make sure I'm caught up on the chat before we dive into the blind flight. But how does Elijah Craig Toasted compare to Woodford Double Oak? Great question. Have not done that comparison directly. I would assume, just based on experience with both of them, that the Woodford would win in that situation. I like, for what it is, I think Woodford is a great, I don't want to say starter bourbon, but same way Elijah Craig is. It's like a great step up above your Jim Beams and Jack Daniels. I think I prefer the Woodford Reserve Double over the Toasted. Now, this one, the Ryder Cup, definitely is the winner, I would assume. But what was the price of my C923? I actually did not pay for that. All of my samples. Now, those 2 I bought, the Ryder Cup and the Toasted I bought, but all 3 ECBPs were provided to me by the brand. Shout out to the folks at Heaven Hill. Retail on it, though, is $75. So if you find it for $75 or close to that, you're doing good. Yeah, so that says, it's weird that it says future releases of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof are expected in early 2024. Well, duh. Like, they come out every year. But yeah, so these all have different age statements. That's the difference of these 2023 batches. So I'm gonna show y'all. It's really interesting what they've done with this. So the A batch. If I miss the chat, I promise I'll try to catch up. But the A batch we're almost out of, but the winner of the super chat giveaway is going to get this one. The A batch is a 12-year-old bourbon coming in at 62.83% or 125.6 proof. This is the standard, the way they've always done it. It's always been 12-year age statement. But with the B batch, they switched it up. They actually put an age statement on the bottle, which means we do lose that 12-year age statement, but we do get a more precise age statement. So this one comes in at 124.2 proof, 11 years, 5 months. So a little younger than the 12-year standard. And lastly, the newest batch, the C923, which I know a lot of y'all have been curious for. This one is 13 years and 7 months, almost 14 years old. Also, look at that proof, 133 proof. Oh my gosh. I'm curious if I can find that proof in the actual blind flight. Can I tell which one is that high proof? I don't know. Do y'all have predictions? Do you think I'm going to be able to tell which one's which? Do you think I'm gonna pick? I'm just curious if you have predictions of what's going to be my favorite. Sorry, the classic Batman is the 60s version. This is the 80s version, which people say, apparently, according to Women of Whiskeys, this is the best version. So if you don't agree with that, I haven't seen it. So going to Kathy Joe for that. Mark Ebenacker says, EC Small Batch was my first bourbon. I sipped neat and started my journey. Very close to mine, too. I think Woodford actually was my first one, but Elijah Craig was a close follower to that one. But yeah, that's why I say Elijah Craig's always been one of my favorites. Baker Drink says, normally ECBP hits my area first, and it seems to be last this batch. People are looking for this one. People are excited for that proof. The proof and the age. 133 proof and almost 14 years old. I mean, I'd be seeking it out, too. Remember to drink more water because we have a lot of high proof whiskeys here tonight. Gary says, I just realized I never cracked my ECBP A123. Gonna go crack it. Well, great time. System Trend says C923 easy win, but A123 is damn good. System Trend, did you ever get yours? I know you emailed me about it a while back. Did you get it, or are you just predicting based on the proof and age? We'll see. It's blind. Todd's expecting the ECBP C923 to win. Bayou Dram says C923 might overtake C919 is my favorite. Oh, I'll have to do a blind with a few batches this weekend. Oh, well, let me know. Come back. Leave a comment on the stream. Let me know how yours did. I'm very, very curious. All right. So let's get into the blind fight. Like I said, the results are over on Discord, as well as how to enter the giveaway all over on Discord. I'll drop that link again. But y'all ready for this? 2023 Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Blind Flight. Now, it's not very often that I do 3. Normally I do 4 with the blind flight. I'll throw in like a wild card, like a previous batch, like last year, or a private barrel. This time though, since I was doing the other reviews earlier, I wanted to stick only with these 3 releases from 2023. So we only have 3 samples. So I love to name them off of either video game characters or classic movie characters. Just been my theme. I don't want to call it A, B, and C, especially with Elijah Craig, it's confusing because the batches are A, B, and C. So I also don't want to say 1, 2, and 3 because it makes it difficult with the ranking. So the way I do it is give them character names. So today we are dealing with the 3 Stooges, Larry, Curly, and Moe. Now, of course, there is technically a 4th Stooge. Yeah, don't come for me. But those are the 3 we're doing today. I don't know what's what. If you want to see, those results are on Discord. But we're going to start with Larry. So color-wise, they're all about the same color. This maybe looks a little bit lighter just based on like, it's hard. No, they're all about the same color. Larry and Moe seem lighter than Curly. Curly seems darker. Ooh, the nose on Larry. It's always weird when I give them real names, especially because Larry is my dad's name. So it's like, a little weird, but may he rest in peace. Yeah, that's very. It's almost fruity. Like fruity is not something I typically get on Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, but it has a bit of like a cherry kind of like Luxardo cherry, not like a fake like wild cherry or anything like that, but a Luxardo like really nice high quality like candied cherry. That oak and that ethanol are quick to follow. This one almost gives you a little bit of a barbecue, maybe like a cherry wood smoked bacon, maybe not quite bacon, but there's like a very savory note to this one. Like I said, if you're watching the replay, I'm going to put chapter markers for what I'm drinking. So if you are curious, you can check out the you can spoil it for yourself, or you can just watch like those live are doing. Yeah, the nose on that one's kind of not giving Elijah Craig. And I know I just drank 2 other Elijah Craigs, but I don't know. This one's more like barbecue-y, cherry. I don't know what I'm going for. Now, it's hard to judge the first one. We're going to go through all 3 before we do some ranking, but let's go ahead and give Larry a taste. Cheers. Still bright and fruity. Now, I have reviewed the A and B batches on my channel, and I feel like I recall, this is just based on memory, I recall the B being a bit fruity. I could be wrong. I could be just misremembering that, but it has a like cherry kind of, on the palate, it's more of like a cherry, I don't want to say like artificial cherry, but kind of like a cherry cough drop lozenge kind of note, a little bit of that menthol as well. Again, not what I typically expect from Elijah Craig, but I'm a little thrown off by that one. I'm gonna have to go through all 3. Maybe my palate's just kind of like adjusting after the toasted ones, but that's really not the flavor profile I expected. It's good, but it's giving more of like a stag than a Elijah Craig. But we're gonna work our way through. The comment of the night. When it's ECBP, I always want Moe. Well done. You win tonight. That's not the giveaway, but you win best comment. Maybe so far. Oh no, Tony got to the end already. He knows the winner. So, Tony, don't spoil it for me. All right. Let's go ahead and we're going to go through these and we're going to go back through and we're going to rank them. But I want to go ahead and work my way through them. Next up is Curly. Curly was one that I said on first glance looked a little darker, but it's really hard to tell. They're all very similar colors. I never really, when I do reviews, I don't typically talk about color because I feel like that it varies. It varies by proof, age, barrel finish. Like, I don't know. Color doesn't interest me. It's all about how it smells and how it tastes. James says B523 is still his favorite. Baker Drinks says, I freaking nailed that one else. What happened? What I miss? I miss Gary Franchi's comment. Oh, a shout out. Gotcha. What's up, Fred? Good to see you. And Blind Cat 420. Blind Cat, I think it might be the first time seeing you on the channel. Welcome. Good to see you. Love seeing all the new and familiar faces. Hey, like I said, live here every Thursday. So hit subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified when I go live. Now, the nose on Curly is way more what I expect. This is classic Elijah Craig barrel proof nose. Not nearly as cherry, weirdly enough. Like that Larry was weird to me based on that. This one's just more classic bread, fresh baked bread with maybe a little bit of like a filling, not quite like the dominant note like the last one. Yeah, this is definitely a bake shop nose. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. I will say that one doesn't punch you in the face. I thought it was going to be higher proof when I first took a sip. Maybe it's because the first one was the highest proof. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. But the mid palate and finish on that one are incredible. I mean, they summarize everything I love about Elijah Craig barrel proof. That is just a very classic example of this bourbon. It drinks, I mean, they're all at least 120, 124 proof. They're all up there in proof. But this one drinks so easy. It doesn't need ice, doesn't need water. I mean, sometimes I do like having a high proof whiskey on an ice cube. This one doesn't need it. This one drinks like it drinks like sweet tea. That's my southerner coming out. I live in California now, but I'm from South Carolina. But this brings out the southern in me. It's sweet, it's rich, it's viscous. That's an incredible finish. Curly's gonna be hard to beat. Curly's just a classic Elijah Craig barrel proof. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, hit the like button if you haven't. Like I said, the answer key is on Discord. Please don't spoil it in the chat. Like I know a lot of y'all have already read the answer key. I don't know the answer, so don't spoil it. But definitely check it out on Discord. I'll put the link there again. Tony says, from the future, and I'm here to say, hit the like button. And Jim Beam Distillers cut one. Oh, wait, Distillers, they cut one. It won what? Are you doing a flight as well? All right. Parks Place. Oh, hello. Another new face. First ECBP I bought was A123. Very good, and don't want to finish it. All right, let's go and move on to Mo, our last of the blind flight. Again, we're going to go through them. We're going to rank them, but I'm going to give first impressions. On the nose. Oh, taste and sensibility is drinking the A123. Pretty strong flavors. I like. I'm glad to hear that. I thought you were spoiling it. I'm like, wait a minute. But I'm like, I just realized you're talking because you said you're going to pour that one as well. I was like, don't spoil it, man. Just kidding. This one's almost a little chocolatey. It's those similar notes. So it's like baking, not baking spices, but bakery notes. Like the fresh baked. I don't want to say like donuts because it's not like that sweet glaze, but it's definitely like a fresh baked, just like a pastry, like a I don't want to say like a tart. It's so hard. Like I'm not a sweets person. I'll be real. I love sweet bourbon, but I'm not a sweets like dessert person. So it's hard to say, but it kind of reminds me of like those, like a croissant. There we go. A croissant. But this is like a chocolate filled croissant. I don't know. That's definitely darker and richer, but still more classic than the first one. Larry was like off profile, at least on first taste, but let's give Mo a try. Ooh, that's hot. Where Curly was easy up front, Mo hits you with that ethanol up front. Man, that is hot. I don't know if it's the highest proof, but based on that taste, that hit hard. It's very good. It's definitely, it kind of has like a candy kind of sweetness on the finish, not like a candy cherry, but like a candy, like rock candy. There's like that note of like, I don't know, white sugar, crystal sugar. I don't know how to call it, but it has a note of that on the finish. The finish isn't as long as Curly. Curly's definitely longer, which sounds kind of weird. But that packs a punch with flavor. It almost has a brightness to it, not quite like tropical, but it's leaning like not like dark fruits. It's more of like a lighter fruit. That's really good. Very different than these. All three are very, very different. So if you have a chance to try all three batches of 2023, give it a try because they're so different, every single one. Baker drinks with the super chat. They all sound delicious. That's what I'm saying. They really are. So Baker Drinks, you are in for the giveaway. So you have an entry. Like I said, reminder, we're going to do the giveaway at the end of the stream in about 8 minutes. So if you want a chance to win a blind or non-blind, you let me know, flight of these Elijah Craigs as well as the Ryder Cup and Toasted Barrel. 5 1-ounce samples, let me know. But we'll do that in about 8 minutes or so. So not sure. Last chance, but Parks Place says finishing up my second bottle of Henry McKenna 10 years single barrels tonight over ice. It's not an ECBP for sure, but still a great and complex refresher. Agreed. Great bottle. Again, I'm a Heaven Hill fanboy, so like I literally I will drink anything they make. Henry McKenna, actually I discovered that before Elijah Craig. So I was buying that, not to be all hipster, but I was buying that when it was like $27. Now, not so much because it has gone up in price. Not to say it's not worth it, but like, it's like the nostalgia of like, I could pay $27 for that. But I agree. Great pour, 10-year bottle and bond. I mean, really great stuff. Again, love everything coming out of Heaven Hill. Does Mo pull Larry's hair or poke you in the eyes? You know what? We'll see. I will say Mo definitely punches you in the throat. Definitely punches you for sure. Also, hi, Cohen. Good to see you. I have C batches only for me about the last 4 years. That's how I'm rolling. Oh, so you're like sticking exclusively to C batch. I feel you. C batches typically in the past few years have punched harder. So, and is the last time drinking a C batch? Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. But now we're going to go back through, start doing my ranking. Like I said, I did give Larry a fair shot. Let's go back and give Larry another try. He was the first up. Yeah, it's still more. You know what's weird? Is I'm getting like Pop-Tart note, like a cherry Pop-Tart. You know what's funny? Like how like my opinion has changed. At first, it's like, oh, it's like an actual cherry, like a fresh cherry. And then I'm like, that's actually like a Luxardo cherry. And then I say it's like a cherry cough drop. Now I'm like, it's a cherry Pop-Tart. Don't get me wrong. I grew up with Pop-Tarts, but definitely has changed on the nose. Just sitting here for 40 minutes. Yeah, great nose, but very different than the rest. Let's give Larry another try. Ooh, little hotter coming back to it. Definitely up there improved too. Larry and Mo definitely drink way hot. Nothing wrong with that. But I think Larry has the finish that I really like about Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. And I think that, we'll go back through all three of them again, but I think the Curly also had a finish. Joe says, I think I've read somewhere that these sound delicious. Cheers all and smash that like button. Oh, thank you so much, Joe. You are entered into the Wheel of Whiskey coming up very, very soon. Thank you so much for your support. And Joe, check out Independent Joe's channel. Really great guy and great supporter of the entire community. So let's go back to Curly. Larry did better on second taste. A little weird, a little hot, a little fruity, a little Pop-Tarty. But I did say baked. When I say I'm not familiar with baked goods, bakery notes are something I smell often but don't taste often. Pop-Tarts. I grew up eating and smelling Pop-Tarts. All right, let's give Curly another try. On the nose, still the very classic Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Man, if that's not the lowest proof, that one's going to surprise me. That drink's so low proof, but the finish is the longest. I mean, I think I got a favorite. I think Curly might be my favorite. Like, I think I'm going to be pretty set on that. I'll give it a couple more minutes to make that decision, but Curly's treating me right tonight. Mark Emenacker with the super chat. Thank you, first of all, for supporting the channel, Mark. For those that missed it, I'm having to try these manually. Normally, I have a bot that does this, but tonight it's malfunctioning. So if I am late with reading your super chat, please forgive me. I'm also going to give a chance to manually check those once we get the Wheel of Whiskey up. But can't see the answer key on Discord. Well, hey, if you go on the Discord server, I'll drop the link again. If you join it and you click the Bourbon Bites channel, if you go under announcements, it's like pop down announcements and then click Bourbon Bites. It's the one with the TV icon. It says Bourbon Bites. There is an answer key at the bottom, the very bottom. It's the very last message on that. If you see the names, you see Larry, Curly, and Mo, you just have to click on the box beside it and it will reveal what that one is. So I can't see it. It's hidden for me. But for those of you that do want to see that, check that out. And also, welcome to all the new Discord members. Hello. It's a great community. If y'all have not been a part of our Discord, it's really, I spend so much time there chatting with other whiskey lovers, other video game lovers, other 80s lovers. Thank y'all for joining. Please stick around. Fill it out. Don't just come for the giveaway, but fill it out. And welcome to the community. Whiskey Wisdom, support the Bourbon fam, especially the ones with honorary 80s cards. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I didn't win, but I did pretty well. And I appreciate the honorary 80s card. Like I said, I was on Whiskey Wisdom stream a couple weeks back, but thank you so much for the super chat. You are in for the Wheel of Whiskey. All right, let's give Mo one Mo taste. Hot. A little bit. I don't know. It definitely drinks the highest proof. And I've had this experience with other C batches. Not to say that this is a C batch. I don't know. But a lot of times the C batches to me come off really hot. And if you are a proof whore like myself, that's usually a good thing. To me, this comes off with more heat than flavor. And I feel like, whatever batch this is, the heat is hitting way harder than the flavor. And I think that's holding this one back. I think that's the only thing that's holding it back. Don't get me wrong. I'd buy it. But it's just not, I don't know. To me, it's not the clear winner. Not the clear winner tonight. Let me give Larry one last taste before getting into the giveaway or the reveal. Yeah, Larry's solid. He's nothing to like write home about, I would say. But for the price, I mean, y'all already know my order based on just what I've been saying. My ranking, my favorite is Curly. I think Curly is a standard expression of Elijah Craig barrel proof. Everything I love about it is in that glass. Larry, close follower. It's a little hot up front, little into that like cherry kind of note, like that artificial cherry. Not my favorite note. Mo just hits hot and fast and hard, but it doesn't linger. The rest linger. So my order is Curly first, Larry second, Mo third. Do not know what they are yet. We're about to reveal what they are. Gary Franchi says the Wheel of Whiskey has beckoned you. Well, Gary, it absolutely has. You are into the giveaway. We're going to spend that. The cutoff is in about 1 or 2 minutes. So any last minute entries to win 1-ounce samples of all 5 pours tonight, you know how to enter it. Super chat. And every $5 is an entry. So last call. We're going to do the Wheel of Whiskey very, very soon. Brandon says, do you know approximately how long these bottles have been open? That's always the question, right? I do open them when I first get them. So the A batch has been open the longest. The B batch it's been open, but it has not been drank. I will say the A batch is a little more finished, but the B and C are pretty close. So again, I'm very conscious of the fact that I open these months in advance for the earlier batches. However, I think I'm pretty good about, I don't leave them open. I like close them when I pour them. It's all hearsay. Brian Brennicky in the chat. Oh man, so good to see you, Brian. It's been a minute. Hope you and Tammy are doing well. I know I was messaging Tammy recently. We just went to a casino and I had to share one of our favorite games with Tammy. In my opinion, see an ECBP, buy an ECBP. Larry is my fave of the 3. Oh, well, Larry's a close second for me, but yeah, blind Curly wins. So shall we get to the reveal? Shall we reveal what these are? Again, if you don't want to see the spoilers, tune away now. But let's reveal these. Okay, my least favorite was Mo. Mo hit really hard, but the finish didn't linger. Nothing's wrong with it. It just has a bit of like, I want to say it has like a bit of like a plastic note. And that's a very particular note that I sometimes get on really high proof whiskeys. It might be an ethanol note, but I don't know. I don't quite love it. Brandon says, are you going to guess what bottles are which? Sure, I'll guess. I think Mo is C923. I think Curly is Curly's either A123 or B523. The reason I say that because it does taste a little more open, and it that could be due to the fact that the A's been open for a while. If that's the case, that could very well be true. But I think it's either A or B. Remember, A batch won my larceny barrel proof flight, so maybe the A batch is the winner this year. Parks Place is for the win. Favorite ECBP batch to date, sir? Well, thank you for calling me sir. For me, it was ECBP C918. I first started drinking Elijah Craig barrel proofs with I think my first one was a C917, but it was just a sample. My first bottle was the A118, and then I've had every one since. C918 still is my favorite. I bought backup upon backups. I still have some of those bottles tucked away. Don't tell Brandy. Although Brandon knows I have it. By the way, for those that are sticking around, I'm doing a stream this Saturday with our good friend Brandon, who is in the chat. Giving shout outs to all the super chatters. We are doing a flight of all 10 Four Roses recipes. Now, this isn't the standard set that you typically see on the people have been doing lately. These are all single barrel selects. They are from our good friend I believe they're from Bradley. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon. Brandon is the keeper of the samples. We're gonna go live this Saturday. It's either gonna be 6 p.m. Pacific or 7 p.m. It's probably gonna be 6 p.m. Pacific because we have a lot of stuff to get through. All 10 recipes. I have traditionally not been a Four Roses fan, so I'm very, very excited to see which one comes out on top. And we're gonna find out our favorite recipes. We're gonna do like a ranking card, like S tier, A, B, C, D, F. Like we're gonna do the whole ranking. It's gonna be a lot of fun. This Saturday, you don't want to miss it. Like I said, Saturday night, 6 p.m. Pacific. It's gonna be a lot of. Oh, my camera is clipped. My camera is clipped. Sometimes when I hold things to the camera, hold on, let me fix that. There we go. There we go. Pinch Hitter Whiskey Lounge, what's up? Passing through to give you a thumbs up while running my own stream. Hey, no worries. Thursday nights are busy, but I'll be watching that as I do love a good Four Roses single barrel. That will only take 4 hours. Well, we're gonna go quick with it. We're gonna have just very small pours. It's gonna be a ranking, kind of like we're doing tonight. So it's gonna be a fun one. Cliffy will be there. Cliffy's my drunk name for those of you that don't know. I'll be getting drunk, but we're gonna try to fly through. We're gonna try to stick to an hour and a half. Brandon, if you think we can do it, we'll see. We'll try to keep it organized at the beginning, and then we'll go to complete shit. All right. I think we're ready for the Wheel of Whiskey. So no more entries. The giveaway. Oh, actually, no, we're not. We have to reveal these, right? What? No. Now it's like, do I keep y'all waiting? Let's do the Wheel of Whiskey. I'm gonna do it. Stay tuned. Hit the thumbs up while you wait. Let's find out who won these samples tonight. Then we'll reveal what was my favorite whiskey. I love keeping y'all waiting if I can. Let's see. It's gonna take me a minute. Let me know in the chat while I do this. What has been your favorite Elijah Craig barrel proof batch? That was a question posed to me. Now I pose it back to you. So let me know what's been your favorite ECBP batch of all time. Or maybe it's not a batch at all. Maybe it's a single barrel. Very, very curious, but I have to manually type these in because again, my bot is not working. So give me just 30 more seconds. I promise. I just want to make sure everyone is accounted for. Some of these are multiple entries, which I always appreciate. Yeah, I'm curious here. Like I said, the C918 has just absolutely been my favorite. But some of these are abbreviations for your names. I'll tell you who you are once if you win, but I'm just having to manually type it. Like I said, I normally have a bot that does this, but I appreciate the patience. I did not test. It's hard to test because it only activates when I get a super chat. So it's not been. It tracked it perfectly fine last week, even though I didn't do a giveaway. Whatever. All right, I got it. We are all in. Let me pull this over here so y'all can see it. No suspense here. Okay, favorites. A123 C917. Nice. That was my first one, but again, I only had a pour of it. C919, B520. Oh, B520 was great. That was my favorite of 2020. A120, man, lots of 2020 releases here. C918, A117 was also great. Did not have that one. Also, hi, Joseph Snyder. Welcome to the chat. My favorite is a single barrel that the Bourbon Baller Lee picked, but I like them all. Don says I never win anyways. Oh man. All right. So let's go out and pull up the Wheel of Whiskey so y'all can see it. Like I said, I believe I counted every entry. If I missed you, I'll just give you a minute to let me know if I missed it, and I'll go back through the chats to make sure I didn't. But I had to do it manually this week, so I appreciate the patience again. I'm normally good, but let me share my screen. All right. So I have all the entries here. Your name's there for every entry. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit so y'all can see. If anything's wrong, please tell me. Again, some of these are summaries for your names. I'll call it out in the chat. Again, I had to type it manually this time, but that should be accurate. If anyone has any issues, please flag it. Let me know in the chat right now. I'll shuffle these before I do the spin too, but just want to make sure everyone is accounted for because again, didn't have a good way to do these this time. And then the reveal of the ranking is right after this. I'm very curious. I'm curious to see which one comes in first. I mean, Curly still impresses me. All right, I'm not seeing any flags in the chat, so I assume we're good to go. If we're good to go, y'all type Wheel of Whiskey in the chat. If I see a lot of Wheel of Whiskeys, we're going. So then we'll get to the reveal. Just want to make sure we are good, giving everyone a little chance to make sure their name is on there if they did enter the giveaway. Just type Wheel of Whiskey if James Taylor, you did. You are in there 4 times for your 20. So you were good, James. Todd says Wheel of Whiskey. All right. Wheel of Whiskey, Brandon, Tony, Todd, show me your curly. Maybe for the after party. By the way, if you didn't know, my patrons, we do an after party hangout on. Let me do this. Oh, it's very little. I wish I got my screen bigger. Oh well. We do an after party hangout for everyone $10 and up on Patreon. So if you do want to support the channel, like I said, the $5 tier is our movie night. $10 is our after party hangout every Thursday night. Again, support the channel, patreon.com/Bourbon Bites. All right. You all ready for the Wheel of Whiskey? Let's get this shuffled a couple times. Mix up that order. All right. Ready? 3. Let's hide the entries. 3, 2, 1. Wheel of Look who it is. Todd Cooper. Todd, you already have samples heading your way soon. So Todd is getting double samples. Congratulations, Todd. So happy for you to try these. It complicates things because I was going to send you one of these in your monthly sample set, but I'll find another one. You know, I got whiskey all over the house. Congratulations, Todd. So excited for you. I already have your mailing info. You'll just let me know if you want to do that blind or have them labeled. Just let me know. Happy to do it either way. Thank you everyone for entering. Don't go anywhere. We are about to reveal my favorite Elijah Craig Barrel Proof of 2023. So, congratulations again, Todd. Thank you all for entering. Again, I do the Wheel of Whiskey is fun, but I just really do appreciate all the support on the channel, whether you're a patron, Bite Club member on the YouTube, or a super chatter. So, congrats again, Don. But let's get to, or Todd. I was reading the chat. I read the chat from Don. Sorry again, Don. I jinxed you. It's all good, Don. You're welcome to samples at any time, man. All right, let's get to the reveal. My last place, unfortunately, was Mo. It was hot, it was spicy, but it did not quite come through. My Mo, my last place of the year. That sounds so sad saying. Based on tonight's feedback, based on tonight's impressions, my Mo was C923. That's what I suspected. It's hot. It's very, very hot. If you like the hot ones, I know some people love those hot, spicy ECBPs. The C batches have been traditionally hot. So if you were someone, I saw someone in the chat earlier said they only buy the C batches. You'll be happy with this. It's very on profile with the C batches. To me, they drink a little too hot. But I will say it's not bad. It's just not quite my flavor profile. BioDram says, I think you will find that a couple drops of water will tame that C923. All right, we'll take you up on that challenge, BioDrams. I do have a little water dropper here. So we'll add a few drops just to give it, not to give it another shot. I've already announced that it's my 3rd place for tonight, but give it about 5 drops of water. We'll see. We'll go back to the end of the night. System Trend says Chalker. Again, if you like the C batches, this is going to be up your alley. To me, they've always drank a little hot, and I've loved the more richer, fuller finish than some of the other ones. C batch could also be hottest as well because it was just open. Theoretically, yes, but it's also like 133 proof when everything else is 124 and 125. So it is actually hotter, but that's that's a good call out. I think the B is the B's not been open too long. It's pretty new. The A batch has been open for a while, so I would believe you there, but that B has not been open very long. James said I thought B523 was hot. Interesting. I don't know about Curly's my first place, but let's go to reveal Larry, my second place. This one had a little bit more cherry than I expected. It hit hot up front. Finish was a little not quite as good as Curly. I don't know. It was definitely off profile for me. Not bad in any way, but it was off profile. Let's see. My Larry, my second place was B523. Okay, that's kind of what I suspected. James said he thought B523 was hot. I do agree. It is hot up front, but I think it's more finish-wise, it's more what I expect from Elijah Craig. It can be hot, but also have a great finish and mid-palate. This one lingered on the tongue. It did have a really interesting cherry note that I don't typically get on Elijah Craig, but it was good. It's nothing wrong with any of these. I preferred Curly just a bit more. This was a close. Curly and Larry were very close, which means Curly was my number 1 ECBP of 2023, and that was the very first batch, A123. B523. Very, very interesting. This one, again, hasn't been open the longest, so people have argued, well, maybe that's because why it drinks so smooth. Yes, you could be right. Could be right. But dare I remind you that A batch is the only one that's the traditional 12-year age statement. The rest have been either less or more, but this is this the, clickbait title? Shit, should have thought about this one. Is this the last traditional Elijah Craig barrel proof? It is the last one that has that 12-year age statement. I don't know. But this one is everything I love about Elijah Craig barrel proof. It's just classic. It gets me there. And yeah, Curly's the winner, A123. But we'll see. We'll see if the trend continues. Maybe this is the last good Elijah Craig barrel proof. I don't know. Seek it out. But thank y'all all so much for watching. I want to get caught up in the chat real quick. Bryce said, I'm almost ashamed to say that I'm on my third bottle of B523. Tammy and I have gone through those faster than we should have for that bottle. Well, that again was a close second. Great buy. Water added C923, open up some fruit nuts. Okay, y'all asking. Added my water to my Mo. I'll drink this if y'all subscribe and come back next week. We had over 30 people here in the chat. That hasn't happened in a while, so I really do appreciate those tuning in. Like I said, here every Thursday night. Let's try Mo with some water added, then we'll call it a night. And we're going a little long. Water tamed it. I can see that. This does a lot better with water. That's my recommendation. If you think C923 drinks too hot, try some water. Again, I only did 5 drops, maybe an ice cube. It does tame it. It does get better. It's better with the water, but I want to try these neat. I want to give a first impression of these neat blind. Yeah, we can argue. My palate may change tomorrow, but based on today, just September 21st, 2023, this was my ranking. But yeah, I appreciate the challenge. And I appreciate y'all like giving your input. That was so much fun. Hey, if you haven't tried these yet, come back to this video, leave a comment. I read every comment. Let me know which one's your favorite. But until next time, I know we're over. Thank you so much to patrons, super chatters, Bite Club members. If you're not yet on the Discord, hey, come join us. There is the after party hangout for everyone on Patreon, $10 and up. But everyone's welcome to the Discord. We hang out regularly all the time, but the after party is just for $10 and up patrons. Thank y'all. I will see y'all next Thursday. Still figuring out what I'm going to do. I may have to go into the office on Thursday, so just want to make sure I will make it here on time, but details will be posted. Hit the bell button to be notified when I go live and put up a stream. Make sure to click all notifications because otherwise it won't notify you when I post that. But until next time, this has been Bourbon Bites, whiskey reviews with an 80s twist. 80s movie night is coming up either this weekend or next. Yeah, stay tuned. Thank y'all so much. Have a good rest of your night, and I will see you next live stream. Cheers.